Hey, this is Nessyp of Nessyp Entertainment. We are back here in the studio. I met this amazing lady, and she is so funny. Miss Robin Kinard, and there was another word that you told me not to have to pronounce it. There she go. So I love it. Robin is a mother of three. She's a wife. She's a case manager. And according to Miss Robin, she wears all kind of hats, including the football helmet and a Stetson. Is that right?
Yes, that's two of the many.
Two of the many. This woman, I saw some of her videos and I was in stitches. And so I just knew that I had to definitely talk to her. So Miss Robin, AKA Miss Punkin.
Yes.
Yes. AKA Miss Punkin, welcome. We are so glad to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself, other than you being a mother and a wife and a case manager. And I'm interested in all the hats you wear, because the football helmet and the Stetson was just like, for real?
Wow. It's a lot of stories. I hope one day maybe I could write a book on it. But my name, I call myself Miss Punkin. That's the reason I grew up, your street name. My street name is Punkin. And the reason why, because I'm born on Halloween.
Oh.
And, people jack up that pumpkin.
Okay.
And it's Punkin. It's Southern Punkin. And then I come to realize Punkin has a personality. That's usually the chunky one in the family that look like somebody's cousin.
Okay.
So that's me. That's me. And yes, I'm a mother of three, and I did case management for years until I stopped working about 2 years ago to take care of my 4-year-old who has what is called Emmanuel syndrome. And throughout all of this, I was the wildflower in school, the one that was really quiet.
Okay.
And then as I got older, I started talking to people and encouraging people and, motivating people. Mm-hmm. But it was always funny. Somehow I was telling them about me. And everybody kept laughing. And it was like they were laughing so hard that it was healing. So I just realized I must have had a little something going on.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
And then I realized that I got that Southern twang when I started talking.
Okay.
And kids and adults were even starting to come up to me like, the older I got, I'm 44. And the older I got, people started calling me mama or auntie.
Okay.
So I started feeling like that. And I mother people. And so one of the reasons why I wear different hats, I got a Stetson, I got a football helmet. My school is the Trojans.
Okay.
And so I really wanted to support the football team because, in this little small areas, rural areas, football is one of our things. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to support my daughter, who was a middle schooler at the time. She was a middle school cheerleader, and I wanted to support the kids because they were looking at me like I'm a second mom.
Okay.
So I wanted to show them I love them. So I went out and I got one of the football coaches to give me a helmet, which he gave me one of the biggest ones possible because I guess I got a big head. And I colored it and decorated it and took an old wig and made a what you call that thingy, a mohawk on it. Mm-hmm. And it decorated and everything. And I was wearing the helmet. I wear the helmet once in a while at the school. Oh. And I love it.
How does your daughter feel about that?
Does she at first she was embarrassed, but then it's kind of like it's that thing that helps, because mama's a fool. Mama goes over there, she's the fool, and a lot of kids are starting to gravitate to me, and it's really starting to show in her that she's allowed to have her own personality. So where she was like apprehensive and scared and, bullied, Now she's more outgoing. She's showing her true self, and she's showing a side of her that I didn't even know was there because I'm allowing it. We have 5 rules.
Okay.
It does not hurt her. It does not hurt anyone else. It doesn't disrespect anybody. It doesn't break any rules, and it goes through mama.
Okay. I like
If
that.
if anything she wants to do and it meets those rules,
Hmm.
then she's allowed. Once it passed through mama, that fifth one, then it's okay. But if it breaks any of those rules, like a school rule, or it disrespectful to anybody, then we're cutting it. If it's a style she wants that is disrespectful, no. If it's something she wants to wear and it becomes to break one school rule, no matter if we feel it's asinine or not,
Hmm.
no. So, and once I done that, and I come to realize, it's like some of those crazy looks that kids get, like Jada and Will Smith kids,
Okay.
you know, I think they kind of go through that same thing. And my daughter's starting to look kind of like Willow a little bit to me. So, yeah, you look like Willow. And but the thing is, she's not breaking any rules and she's not hurting anybody.
Okay.
So that's kind of like, and it helped her. And then other kids are starting to see that she and I have such a wonderful relationship.
Mhm.
It's kind of like, maybe you can go talk to your parents the way my daughter talks to me.
Okay.
you know Maybe one day, I really want to see other kids go out and be more respectful and know that they can be individuals but do it in a respectful manner.
Yeah. That's awesome. That is so awesome. I love that philosophy. So, Miss Pumpkin, I'm talking to Miss Pumpkin now instead of Miss Robin. Miss Pumpkin, how did you get
Okay.
into comedy?
um well, like I said, I cut up in school, not in high school, but when I went to like secondary school, I went to tech, and then I went to 4 year, and I started working for our Department of Social Services and Child and Adult Protective Services. One of the things that my supervisor told me, because it was a very depressing job,
Okay.
it can be very stressful and depressing, and she told me that you have to laugh to keep from crying, and I took that to heart, and I just started being that person. And one day, I was nervous about going. I wanted to do stage. People kept telling me, "Say you need to go on stage." And there was an opportunity at in Columbia here in South Carolina at the Comedy House to do an open mic.
Okay.
And I was scared, and I didn't tell anybody I was going, but my daughter. I left her and her sisters. My husband was at work. I left them with their grandparents, and I told her, don't tell anybody what I'm about to do. I said, if just in case I chicken out and I have to come back home, I don't want to have to explain why I'm coming back. So I went up there and I sat in the parking lot, and I got the nerve. I drank some water, and I walked on in there, saw them peoples, and I sat there, and Skip G. Lawson called me up on stage, asked me um, a few questions, and I answered them. And I was nervous. I don't even remember what I said to him. And I just started telling about living in Manetta and telling them, and they laughed. And a young man came up to me afterwards and gave me a word of encouragement. Ian Hayes, he's in Alabama now, and he told me some encouraging words about me. And I started noticing that even though I thought I bombed,
Hmm.
they loved it.
Why did you think you bombed? Because you just said
Because
everybody
I
was laughing.
when
So why did you think you bombed?
it's one of those things where you expect everybody to be falling out their seat laughing the
Mhm.
first time if you're funny. And I know I was stumbling, because I told a joke about going in Dollar General and how you know, when people come in Dollar General, some people that smoke weed, they smell it so, you smell it so strong on them that by the time you leave Dollar General, you don't put a bunch of honey buns and Doritos and stuff in your car. You had no business going in there. And I find myself every time I go to Dollar General, I go in there for one thing and I come out with a buggy full. And it's because them weed smokers come in there and I think they pay them to come in. And so I was telling about that, and it was little things, you know. And then I did a few more open mics. I even had like, I entered in some twerking contests.
You entered into twerking?
You know, I actually got paid at the Comedy House one time, and it was before I even did the open mic. I went for my birthday. They had the cabaret. And one of the things they do, they have like for people whose birthday, they call them up on stage and they have them do the that song, Back That Thing Up.
Okay.
And when you turned that music on, I just turned around, and next thing I know, I started feeling all these dollar bills hitting my bag.
Okay.
And I was like, wait a minute, this is what strippers feel like? Oh, I can get into this. And my knees started hurting. So I got down on my knees just because I didn't want to fall. Next thing I know, I got more money. When I counted that money, I made $25.
Okay. and it was all for men, right?
No! It was the cabaret. They were all women. I said, if it were men, I probably would have made about 100. And I thought that was so exciting. And just to be at the Comedy House next to the stage, I get so freaking excited. It's little things that excite me. It's little things that excite me. I get excited over chicken.
Over chicken?
Oh, yeah. I love chicken. I love it. In fact, you got me so excited today. I'm going to have some celebratory fried chicken.
You did. I didn't watch the whole thing, but you did a routine about you. If I remember right, you were blindfolded and you were able to do something with each piece of chicken. What were you doing?
Discovered that when I was pregnant with my middle child, that my dad came out. He was taking me. He was taking me to one of my OB appointments.
Okay.
And he came out with some chicken wrapped up in aluminum foil, and I said, "Oh, that smell like mama chicken." He said, "Yep." I said, "Oh, that smell like a dark meat." He looked at me kind of crazy. I said, "That's a chicken thigh. I know I smell a chicken thigh." And he opened it up, and I be doggone, it was a chicken thigh. And so I realized that my heightened sense of smell when I was pregnant.
Okay.
But I wasn't pregnant. I actually developed a smell for chicken. I could tell each different piece. I could tell the breast, the wing, the thigh, or the leg by the smell. If it's fried, and it didn't, you know, it didn't have to be my mama's.
Okay, so each piece has
and I did that.
Smell. Each piece has its own smell?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
It's more rich.
What's the difference between a leg and
okay.
a leg?
Okay, the thigh and the leg is very similar, but the leg have a lighter smell than the thigh. The thigh has a more heavier smell. The breast is more floral. And the wing, it's that thing that makes everybody really love wings that they don't realize. It's like a light, fluffy, kind of playful smell to it. And I'm a weird person like that. I see things in different things. I see things in colors, I see things in numbers, and I see things in like personalities.
Okay, that doesn't, no, you have a different way of looking at things. I wouldn't say that. I would just say you have a different way of looking at things. having a conversation with you earlier,
Mm-hmm.
you you're I look at you as being a genuine person, and you were a happy, bubbly person. And to me, you're just funny. I love talking to you. I enjoy having conversation with you because by the time that we finish the conversation, I'm in tears, like I almost am in now. But it's just that you are just a genuine person, and that was one of the things that really intrigued me, and that's really one of the reasons what I really wanted to talk to
That's
you.
kind of like I get excited when I read the comments on TikTok
Okay.
because those comments tell me a little bit more about me. I make people feel warm. I make them feel like, excuse me for saying like that. I feel I'm like a big set of breasts that you just want to lay your head on,
Okay.
you know,
And get
and
comfortable.
yeah, you just get comfortable. That's me. I'm like that mom, like I I, I didn't realize it, but that's why people draw to me, and I think that's my blessing. When I feel that feeling,
Hmm.
that's where I really take the blessing. It's not in any, people talk about monetary gains and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Me, I give love and I receive love back in more than one way. It's the type of love you receive. It's genuine. It's like you see all the pain other people feel,
Hmm.
but you take that pain and it's like you take that sour, bitter lemon and you don't make lemonade. You make lemon meringue pie. You make a lemon souffle. You put it in a pound cake. You make some lemon pepper chicken with it. You season that sucker up. And lemon is like you put it on that seafood. Lemon, you can clean with lemon. You know what I'm saying? Lemon is not just for you take lemon and make lemonade. Okay, you put some sugar and some water with it. But no, you can clean with lemon. It can refresh your body. It can refresh your mind. It can refresh your palate. Take it and make it into something beautiful. And that's what I want to do for people. Take your bad day and flip it. Flip that bad day. You may wake up feeling depressed, tired, arthritis, but you take that arthritis.
Arthurita.
You
Okay.
take that arthritis and you just get up and you start realizing that you walk funny and you laugh at it. Girl,
Okay.
I walking crooked, but laugh about it. You got pains, but you can be a pain too. It's like my daughter, she's I love her. She's my ace, but she's a pain in my rectum. You know, but that's okay because I'll poop her back right on back out.
Okay. Okay. Oh my God, I love you. I love you dearly. What effect, what was the best memory that you can remember because of the fact that I said you were this bubbly person, and we see what type of personality you have. What was one of your best moments, like you really, really knew that you affected someone in a good
In
way?
what way?
In a good way. In a good
I
way.
mean, like you talking about with the comedy or just in life?
Either. Either one. Okay, let's do both. How's that? Let's do both.
Okay. Um. Well, I. I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm still learning because it's hard to say that because I like today I was just at a store and some people who are relatives of mine, the first thing they did, they came up and looked at me and said, "Girl, you're a fool." I done seen you on Facebook, girl. You a fool, and that's that feeling that is awesome. Because the first thing I told him about was, she, he told me, he said, because it was a husband and wife. He told me, he said, I always saw you as a quiet person in school. And I was like, yeah, but when the older you get, the more you get to release yourself. Once you hit that 40 and stuff, you can use some cuss words that you couldn't use when you were in school.
Okay.
Once you hit your
50s, we're not gonna do the cuss words today.
No. I'm just saying you can use some words and stuff and talk about some stuff that you didn't talk about in school because you were supposed to be a child. Okay. Now, when you get older, like in the 60s, 65, when you retire and you ain't got to go to work, that's when all the weed smokers come out.
Why is the weed smokers come out when you
Because they ain't got to take no test.
Okay.
And then when you are in your 70s and you at the nursing home, that's when all the freaks really come out.
In your 70s?
But they ain't got no kids to take care of. They ain't got to worry about no birth control or nothing like that. Somebody else taking care of their business and they up in the hotel for life.
And they got people waiting on them, hand and foot.
They got people waiting on them, so they can get all the freaky as they want to at the old age and stuff. And so I was like, and that kind of thing, and I was just making them laugh. And I had these thoughts already in my head, and just that, sometimes you just spew it out. But I think my biggest impact is just loving people. Yes, I put it in a comedic way, but I just want people to know that I love you no matter what you threw at me. I'm not going to hate you because in some way, shape, form, or fashion, even my enemies, perceived enemies, are doing something good for me. So why should I hate you? I am to increase the value. I look at you, your life meant something to me. I put value on your life, even if you don't put value on mine.
Wow.
And that's love. Yeah,
that is.
So when we sit here, we're talking about racism and things like that. I look at it as the perceived racist, because you look at people, it's like, you being racist. Honestly, people are expressing themselves in different forms and formats, Then you may not like the way they express it, but you know what? I'm still going to add value to your life because you're teaching me about me. You're teaching me about you. You're teaching me about the world. So why should I say that I'm going to depreciate you and say I hate you or I don't? I hate you. I don't. I love you. I love you enough to even tell you in your face, no matter what you say to me, I love you. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It's not I love you right now, I love you in a little bit, or I'll love you later. No, I love you right now. I mean it, and it's serious. Wow. It's really serious.
Wow.
That's just what I do.
See, that's the genuineness of you. So, Miss Punkin, tell me, where do you go from here? What's in your mind as far as your comedy is concerned? Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself in 3 years?
I'm gonna let God open up whatever door He got in store for me. Even talking to you right now is a door that God opened up for me. I was not expecting this at all. And I feel like God has blessed me. So I want to shout it from the rooftop, but I don't want to be boastful at the same time. Mm-hmm. I just want to, I feel like God gonna open up other doors for me. I know He is, because there's too many things in this head that piece together to make sense. Like the book I want to write one day, the chicken strip I want to open one day.
I need you to tell us about that, because I That's still resonating in my head. So tell everybody about that. The chicken strip.
Okay. I've always I've always had this idea that I wanted to open up a old broken down house and have a restaurant or something
Okay.
in it. I don't really do the chef thing, but I wanted a place where people could come, even poor people can come and eat like they went to a five-star restaurant. I want to, like a place where they can, but then it changed over the years. And with me being the comedian, as some people think I am, um, and I really wanted. Woo, you're gonna laugh about this one. When
Okay.
I grew up, I wanted to be. I wanted to have a brothel.
Okay.
I wanted to have a brothel.
Okay.
I remember that with Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton. I ain't gonna say the name of it, but I wanted to own a brothel, and so now I have this comedic idea.
Okay.
It's called the Chicken Strip.
The chicken strip. Okay, I
It's
got
like a
it.
play on Hooters.
Okay.
And it's a soul food restaurant that you have, instead of having the slender, skinny women, I want some big breasted women with big behinds and back problems. Like the cafeteria ladies
Yeah.
or your aunties or your grandmas.
Yeah.
Those are my servants. And we wearing t-shirts and stuff. We ain't wearing all that skimpy stuff. We can't be showing all of that. We got to put some t-shirts on.
Okay.
But they can have some grease stains on them. That's fine. And some hairnet maybe, or just however, without Corona mask on and stuff. But we serving chicken mostly. It ain't chicken and waffles, but it's chicken. Some
Okay.
good food, some oxtail, some greens and stuff like that. And on my logo, on the inside of the building, we, instead of having like golden poles, they're gonna be big fat golden poles or light poles.
A light pole.
Light poles.
Okay. What's the
We
purpose of the light poles? What they gonna do with the light?
them little poles don't hold big women up.
Okay.
I saw this in the Fuddruckers. They had a pole over there, and I used to love to swing on that pole when I go to Fuddruckers, and it
Okay.
kind of gave me the idea. And the logo is going to be a chicken with big breasts, and it's gonna have the wing pulling up the leg, and on the leg it's gonna be a leg quarter, but it's gonna already be fried. I want to bring sexy to good home Southern cooking.
Okay.
Food is sexy. Food is sexy. That's why people
If you
sitting here
like to
doing
eat,
that
yeah.
mukbanging.
Huh?
That's why people doing all the mukbanging, eating them crab legs and stuff like that. But I can't afford a bunch of crab legs like that, so I can afford chicken. So make the chicken sexy.
Okay.
So, but that's my idea. I want a place that people can really enjoy, feeling like you can feel like family, or you can come up there and find your next boo thing with a chicken wing.
With the chicken wing. You gonna have different flavors, like they take the chicken and put honey on it, or barbecue sauce, or hot sauce. You're gonna have different flavors of chicken.
Oh yeah, I mean you're gonna have different chicken flavors, but it's gonna be basically my special recipe that I ain't telling nobody about.
Okay.
There's a few people that know my special seasoning, but they don't know how I do it. See, that's the thing. They
Okay.
don't know how I do the chicken. But I've had people buy my chicken though.
Really?
Yes. I actually had somebody, a couple people asked me to fry them up some chicken, and they paid me like $20 for about 14 pieces of legs, and stuff like that. So I know I got some good chicken. I got to work on the biscuits though.
Okay. Well, what's wrong with the biscuits?
They're a little hard.
They hard?
They hard right now. Yeah. I got to work on making them fluffy.
Okay, so how they get hard?
Because I need them too much. You don't supposed to need them and stuff. So, you know, that's the one thing about, it's like comedy. Somebody told me my comedy wasn't funny, but that was only one person. I had to clap back at them. But the thing is, comedy is like chicken and cooking. They don't fit everybody's palate. You know, you got some people on a diet. They don't, you know, they don't want too much season. They don't want no Lowry's in their chicken and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They want that salt and pepper only. Bless your heart. But you know, I got to put a little Lowry's in mine.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I put some seasoning salt. That's a steak.
Okay.
And there's a lot of you got to understand. I learned lessons from the smallest thing. That's how God works now. That's how God works.
Okay.
You got a lot of lessons. I learned a lesson in how you fry your chicken, how you deal with people. You take your time with it. Don't rush it. You know, you rush it, it's gonna bleed. Take your time,
Okay.
and it's gonna be right every time. If you rush it, you can burn it, or it can bleed, or you can have burnt and bleeding. But take your time.
That chicken ain't done if it's burnt and bleeding.
No, it ain't done at
It
all.
ain't done. It is not.
And you put some love in it. You got to put love in everything you do if you really want it to impact other people.
Yeah.
You know, it don't do, you know, microwave is good, but don't microwave all the time or you're going to lose some nutrition.
That is true. That is very true. Because it sucks up all the stuff out. It's like putting stuff in there 2 minutes instead of having it on there for a minute. You put it on for a minute and a half, and then it's all dried out, and you don't want to eat it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Oh my God, Miss Robin, Miss Punkin, shall I say? Because I love calling you that. You just fit that. I have so enjoyed this. I really have. So could you tell us about your social media? Like if someone really wanted to follow you and keep up with you, how would we do that?
Punkinology. That is the quickest way to teach anybody how to find me. It's PONKINOLOGY.
Okay.
You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagrams. You can find me in TikTok. You can find me on Facebook. And you will find this.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming and talking to me. I have so enjoyed this, and I am definitely going to ask you to come back at another time. I want you to come back because see, when you start hosting your own comedy club, you know how they had that show Def Comedy Jam, and they had the one person that came in and hosted. When they have you hosting it, I want tickets.
Yeah.
I want tickets. I don't want to be sitting all the way in the back either. I want to be sitting up in the front.
Girl, you done did me. You done made me feel like I'm not Beyonce because I ain't got that kind of strength in my body. But you know, I feel like I'm up there with the, you know, like I don't know. You made me feel so luscious inside and stuff. It just
Oh,
I can't even compare it to nobody. It feels so good, you know. You made me a very happy woman today.
you
But you love me so much.
Yes, I do. You just bring happiness. You know, every time I talk to you, I'm going to either laugh or I'm crying, laughing, or I just feel good just talking to you. So
And that's a blessing.
Yes.
That's a blessing to me.
Yes. It's a blessing for me too. Because I know now that like when I really need a laugh, I know who to call. I know who to call.
And now don't get me wrong. Now I'm an emotional person.
Okay.
So people keep asking me why my eyes are red because I'm crying all the time. Even when I'm laughing, I'm crying sometimes. It's just I don't know. I'm emotional.
Before we go, I do have one other question before I go. While I'm just thinking about you. You did a thing with Bernie Mac. How did you get started? Because that's what started me when I saw that with Bernie, the skit you did with Bernie Mac. So how did you end up doing
$35 one?
Yeah. No, it was the one about
cheese
the
sandwich.
milk and cookies.
Oh.
It was the milk and
Milk
cookies.
and cookies. You want the milk and cookies. I love Bernie Mac.
Okay.
If anything, this is another thing that people don't know. My dad is a Williams. My mom is a Harris. So you put that with Robin. It's like I'm named after two comedians.
Okay. Okay.
Robin Harris and Robin Williams. Two of my favorites too. But now they're telling me I look like I could be Bernie Mac's sister.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, so are you telling me I got comedy all out the wazoo, you know? And what's that lady, Hattie McPhail or something like that? Is from way back in the old days.
Okay. I can't think. If you say her name, I'll say, yeah, I remember, but I just can't think of it right off the top of my head.
The thing is, with Bernie Mac, I just thought he was so funny, and I really liked other people's rendition of what they were doing, and so I just thought I would do it. And when I did it, the response from the people was so great that they were asking me to do it again. So I did it again. And it was even better. And it was like bigger. And I even did one where I had to go and get my uncle to come and I asked my uncle would he like step in and just help me with a TikTok. He was just sitting there smoking a cigarette, you know. And I was like, I filmed him, and it was like, it didn't. See, TikTok don't know that that's my uncle. They don't know him. But on Facebook, a lot of them know my uncle, and they know what he really do, and that he is like really that person that you cannot give $3 to. And so
why you can't give $3 to him?
Huh?
Why can't you give him $3?
Because he's the neighborhood crackhead.
Okay.
I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it real.
Keeping it real. Okay.
That man can walk 10 miles in about 15 minutes. That's him.
Okay.
He hit that street. He gone. Everybody know you don't give him no money unless you gonna give it to him. You don't loan him no money. You ain't gonna get it back. So he did that, and it fit that $35 one where we're talking about the MF and this. He said about 15.
I saw that one. Yeah. Oh, that was really your uncle?
That was my uncle.
Okay. Okay.
And so I was like, and I love him so much. And I just, Bernie, it just like, one is people remembering Bernie. They miss him so much. They miss his comedy. It was like his life was cut too short. I miss him like crazy. And to be able for people to say that I remind them of him, even though I'm a female, that it was nice for me to bring him back. That is like, that's life after death.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a messenger. I feel almost like I'm a messenger for God telling them, the Mac man lives on.
It was fun. It was, and like I said, that's what made me, after I saw that you doing Bernie Mac, I was like, I gotta talk to her. And then
I'm looking for a good one that I could do again. I don't want to do them too often because I don't want to kill it.
Okay.
But I want to do another one again just to kind of like, I don't know. It's just, I want to keep him alive.
Okay.
And, like they told me I look like Aunt Jemima, but I ain't making no pancakes though. I ain't planning on making no pancakes, You
would be good. You would be good doing Robin Harris.
Oh yeah. We don't die, we multiply. Oh, baby kids. I love baby kids. I love him.
Oh, that was so funny.
You know what? I might have to look old Robin up, and remind people that is my maiden name, Robin Harris.
Okay. He was funny, and again, it's just like Bernie.
I don't know where God is gonna take this.
Guy wanted to laugh his own self in his own privacy rooms. So.
Oh, you have no idea some of the things I got to say about that.
Oh, okay. Now you gonna save that for your show,
I'm gonna save that one.
Yeah, we're gonna save that one
Save that one,
because I want you to come back. I really do. Would you honor us in coming back at some other time?
You honored me by asking. I'll be glad to come back.
This is so funny. You guys, you have to follow her. She is hysterical. She is just filled with grace and love, and I think that's more attractive than her comedy. So again, Miss Punkin, I appreciate you talking to us, and I guarantee you guys I will do everything in my possible aura to get her to come back. I really do. I mean that. Thank you again, Miss Punkin. This has been Nessyp of Nessyp Entertainment. Back to you in the studio.